Hello everyone, Time to Grind here, and today I wanted to talk about Dota Underlords. And Valve kind of stealthily released Dota Underlords in closed beta. It'll be in closed beta for about a week, and then it'll be in open beta, but you can get in the closed beta just by purchasing the Battle Pass from Dota 2, so $10 if you want to play it a week early. Otherwise, it'll be in open beta for free for everybody. But it's pretty interesting because the last video I made was talking about Dota Underlords versus Auto Chess versus Teamfight Tactics, and between those three big auto chess games, or soon to be auto chess games, what I thought would be the superior auto chess. And at the time, we could only really play the official auto chess made by Droto Studios. Obviously, we could play the mod for Dota Auto Chess, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about the big boy games, or soon to be big boy games. And Dota Underlords is out, so we can analyze it. I've played a couple of games, and I have a lot of opinions on it. So I guess Valve was just really scared of Riot Games, League of Legends, them doing what they did with the MOBA genre in the first place. Valve was working on Dota 2, and then, League came out, and it came out way before Dota 2, so they kind of got really popular because they were the first big polished MOBA. And I think Valve is just scared of that happening with Auto Chess, so they probably released this in beta earlier than they normally would have, but it's kind of cool because we get to play it, we get to see it as it develops, and I think Valve learned a lot from Artifact. Unfortunately, how failure of a game that was. I think they learned a lot from it because we're already seeing a bunch of open communication. They're constantly asking for feedback and stuff like that. But I wanted to talk about what I liked about Dota Underlords compared to Auto Chess, and what I don't like, what observations I've made. And this is kind of coming from the point of view of someone that knows Auto Chess. So I'm not really going to explain the basics of Auto Chess. That would take too much time. If you somehow don't know Auto Chess, there's going to be a ton of videos out there for you, or just play it and learn. But so I'm assuming that you know what auto chess is and know the basics of it, and that way we can just kind of talk about the differences. But the biggest difference that I can see is, first of all, items. Items are so much better than they are in auto chess, because in auto chess, each hero has 6 slots, and every time you kill a creep, you get a small chance to get an item, and some of those items can combine into more powerful items. And, that adds a lot of RNG in the game, because, there's times where you can just kill 3 creep waves and get a single item, and then another guy will just get 8 items, and they've already combined into like a tier 3 weapon, and he just has a massive advantage. So in Dota Underlords, every time there's a creep wave, if you win, there's 3 options of items you can choose from. And the difference is in Dota Underlords, each hero can only have 1 item, and there's no combining items. Each item is just the item it is, but they tend to be more powerful. So the later, when you're in late game and you're fighting those late game creep waves, one of the things could just be a tier 5 weapon that's super powerful, and it's the equivalent of some of the tier 3 weapons in auto chess. So that's really interesting. And also, you can switch around weapons on your heroes as much as you want. So say you get a low level item in one of the earlier levels, and then you open up a down the road you get a tier 4, and that axe you've had that you put a just really stupid item on, he's now a level 3 axe. You can switch items and put them on there. So I really like that a lot. Another thing that I really like is the differences in kind of like the synergies. So obviously auto chess has synergies like the knights and the goblins and the mechs and all that stuff like that, and there's still some of the similarities are still there. You still have like the knight equivalent and the red clan equivalent from auto chess, which is like axe and disruptor and stuff like that. But there's a couple new ones, and there's a couple unique ones. One thing I don't like is they did kind of ruin druids, because the whole point of druids was they could upgrade earlier, so they were kind of like an economy based thing, and now it just will randomly upgrade one of your like lowest level druid or something like that. I'm not super clear, but they changed that. I don't like that. But overall, it's pretty cool. The art style, some people really don't like it. They don't like the kind of like black outlines around it. It was definitely meant for mobile. I think Valve has even talked about how they're going to be, definitely working. Because like if you're looking at the UI here, this does not really look like a PC game's UI. Everything's kind of zoomed in. The buttons are really, really big. And I think the reason for it is because of the fact that it was rushed out in the beta. They probably just wanted something they could quickly also put onto mobile. Because if you don't know, also when it comes out in open beta, it's going to be on Android and iPhone. So we're already going to get Dota Underlords on mobile very soon, which is very important for Valve. I think that's another lesson they learned from Artifact, because that didn't have, you know, mobile at the beginning, and that would have helped a lot with it. I don't know if it would have saved Artifact, but it would have helped a lot. So the fact that we're already going to get mobile is really good, because in my last video where I was comparing them all, I was talking about how mobile is a big part of auto chess for me. I think auto chess is a really good mobile game, and it works out. So the UI is kind of meant for that. I think it was just because it's rushed. They've already talked about how they're going to fix some of the UIs and stuff like that. Another thing I know they've talked about is the shop. If you've seen the shop popping up, it takes up the entire screen, and I really do not like it. They try to do some special thing. They said they're going to change that. I don't really know how, but it's only been one day as of recording the video with Dota Underlords, and they've already released a statement talking about how they're listening to feedback, some of the things they're going to be changing and stuff like that. And so it's really, really exciting, honestly. And I've put some money in auto chess just with the battle pass and stuff like that. But I think I may, as soon as it comes out to mobile, I've been playing it on my PC, but as soon as it comes out to mobile, I think I might be switching over to Dota Underlords and then waiting to see what happens with, you know, League's team fight tactics. But the thing with that is, I know they haven't even started to develop the mobile version, so if I want to play on mobile, I think Dota Underlords might be for me. But overall, it's really polished. I mean, it has the Valve polish, you know, that was one big thing with Artifact, you know, is even though Artifact failed, it's hard to find people that would disagree that the game was stupid polished. I mean, the music was amazing, the visuals were amazing, and that's pretty much the same with this. I mean, there's some things that are placeholder, like if you look at the left side of the screen, all the like soon-to-be profile pictures, I'm assuming, or avatars or whatever, if they want to monetize those, I'm not sure. I mean, they definitely will be, but it's just kind of placeholder right now. So besides all the placeholder stuff, because it isn't a beta, I mean, it's actually pretty awesome, honestly. Another thing I really like about this is just, it's something small, but when you buy a third unit, it'll just instantly like upgrade your units. So in auto chess, say you have a full bench and you have a Sand King on the field and you have a Sand King on your bench and you see a third Sand King, but you're full, you know, your bench is full. What you would have to do in Dota Auto Chess or in just auto chess, you would have to move one of your units from your board onto, or from the bench onto the board. So you would go over the specified amount of units you could have. Then you would have to buy the Sand King, and then you would have to click upgrade, and that's a whole lot versus having a full bench, but then the game knowing you could upgrade, so it'll just still let you buy that additional Sand King, and it'll just automatically upgrade. So it's really, really seamless, and I really, really like it. Another thing I really like about the game is just kind of how fast it is. The game overall seems very faster paced. I don't really know why. It might have to do with the fact that the board is smaller. That is one thing. I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing or not. I'm sure a lot of people that were super into positioning and stuff like that, I don't know how well it carries over with a smaller board. That was always one of my weak points with just auto chess in general. But I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work out, but it's overall feeling faster. The only thing that I am not really liking so much, and I don't even necessarily know how you fix this, but with Dota Auto Chess, with the mod, it felt like you were in a game with a bunch of people. I mean, all your boards were in one single map. You could just mouse over a little bit and see everybody else's games. And then in Auto Chess, it kind of separated. It felt more like you're just playing your 1v1 games, but you could still click around and stuff like that. And it feels the same way with this. Yes, you can technically see the enemy players. You can see what's happening there by clicking, their profile pictures and seeing what's going on. But it does feel kind of lonely, honestly. You're playing a game with, 7-8 other people, and it feels lonely. So I don't know really how you fix that. That's just kind of a feel. I know, just looking at Reddit and stuff like that, some people have shared that opinion of mine. But overall, Dota Underlords is super promising, and I can't wait to see all the things that end up happening. I mean, I know it's already super popular. I think it had 30,000 peak player count, the 24 player count, and that's in a closed beta where you had to own the battle pass. So I can't even imagine what it'll happen when it's in open beta, when it's on mobile, and because it'll be cross-platform, cross-account, and everything like that. So this game's gonna be big, and I'm honestly happy for Valve. I don't know if they deserve a win because it's their fault Artifact failed, but I'm happy they're getting a win, at least it seems. But overall, if you have played Dota Underlords at all yet, I would love to hear your opinions on it. If you've played Auto Chess or you've been watching any of this stuff, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to hear everything. If you guys enjoyed this video, then consider leaving a like down below and subscribing to see more content. New videos come out whenever they come out, I guess. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and see you guys next time.